Well, we kind of had success. You could just about see at 7 o'clock, and then looked out there and saw some movement, and I picked the rifle up, put it on the shooting sticks. It's a couple of broomsticks bolted together. Works pretty good. Anyway, there's a couple does. They were small, and I thought, well, don't really want to knock down a small one. And I looked up, and there was a bigger one in there, kind of out on the edge. So, kind of waited and waited, and she kept popping her head up and looking towards the road. Anyway, I just about got a good clean shot on her, where it wouldn't be, chances of hitting the other ones. Also verifying it was not a buck, making sure there was nothing on its head. And all of a sudden, man, they all freaked and took off and shot to the right towards the lake. And here come a little hog, a little boar. So Creedmoor got it another one. So I went ahead and just body punched that one and let it go. So there we go. Anyhow, not going to be taking any meat home from that hunt, but they're not going to come get me until 11 o'clock. And what time is it? It's 7:50. So anyway, got a large insulated mug of black silk coffee. Thank you, Folgers. I really like that coffee. I like some of the others more, but it's not bad coffee. So I'm gonna hang out. Gonna relax, and I can see the sun coming up on the trees to the north of me there. So we'll be getting some temperature on us here pretty quick. What does it say it is? It says it's 42 in here now because I've got the window open. Earlier it showed 45 when I had it all closed up. This is one of those Ameristep. I don't know if y'all can see that Ameristep blind. Pretty nice. I mean, it's starting to show its age, but you could definitely get two people in here if you liked them. If you didn't like them, might not be so good. But anyway, gonna hang out. Let's just see. If the does will come back. If not, another hog comes through, they're in a world of hurt. That Ruger's on. So anyway, thank you, Texas Parks and Wildlife. I haven't heard any other shots, but it's still early. So anyway, talk to y'all later on. Got some coffee to drink. Well, the front they said that was coming. It's not pretty much. It's not a temperature change, but bringing wind. It showed up. Little pop-up blind is rocking and rolling right now. It's 9:15. I think that front probably blew in closer to 9. And I don't know. I think probably our hunting's probably done. I've never had much success seeing deer when the wind's really whipping. Because they got good eyesight, but their sense of smell is much better. When you got wind whipping around like this, that defeats that. So, but since this is one of those hunts to where they drive you to your stand, I'm here until 11 o'clock, approximately. I can walk up the trail back here, if you want to call it that. It's a path. Up to the road, which is directly behind me. I don't know, probably 100 yards, maybe. But I'm gonna hang out. They don't want us out of our area. That's part of the rules. Pretty much said that if you're out roaming around and not within, eyesight of the stand, you could be asked to leave. We don't really want to do that yet. So anyway, that's pretty much it. We did hit another boar this morning because it run the deer off that were there just right after the feeder went off, but it was still pretty dark and I wanted to verify what we were going to take. Located the bigger doe of the three. There was 3 deer, let me put it that way. 2 of the small deer that were taken last night were actually button bucks. I didn't want to do that. Even though that's legal, that's not what we're here for. So, this boar decided he wanted to interrupt the party, run the deer off. So he caught a 105 grain boat tail hollow point. So anyway, can you tell? It's really whipping in here now. There we go. So anyway, we're gonna hang out, see if something else comes trotting through, and go from there. See ya. Well, figured I'd give y'all a view. That's due north from the stand. That's Lake Brownwood right there, and the wind is just a whipping. The weather bug says it's 14, 15 miles an hour, but I think it's more than that where I'm at. It is just moving trees around like nobody's business. But anyway, that's due north from where I'm sitting. We're on the northwestern point, I guess, of the state park. Like I said, due south from where we're sitting. I think the thing a while ago says 0.2 of a mile is the front office. So anyway, yeah, that's big wind there, and that is just destroying our hunt. But hey, we get to be out in the woods, drinking coffee, and digging on Texas here. Pretty nice. All right. This is behind where I was in that blind, so water's really close. I guess in reality I was kind of hunting a little bit of a peninsula because I was out the side window. This is due north, and this is back where they dropped me off. So see, I don't know if you can see the whitecaps, but it is rolling. Well, good morning, actually good afternoon from West Texas. The wind is still a howling. I'm going to say it's got to be 20 mile an hour plus. It's blowing and going. Got us some lunch. Post some pictures of the patio overlooking the lake, and the whitecaps are so big you can see them from here. Got back, got me a good hot shower. Feel a lot better. Might not look any better, but I feel a lot better. Anyway, the gentleman I met waiting to get in originally, it was from Garland, and we chit-chat a little bit. We got back, and I'm the only one that pulled the trigger this morning. A couple of guys seen some nice bucks. We're not allowed to shoot bucks. Spikes and stuff like that's okay, but we're trying to kill those. But anyway, they talked about swapping, and one guy said, man, his is just not doing any good. He's seen a couple bucks today, and that's the only deer he's seen. He wanted to try something different. I said, man, I'm in. That's why we come out here, is to look at different pieces of ground. So they had a spot that the guy limited out first morning, first afternoon hunt, that is. And yeah, he took a couple small ones. But anyway, one of them was a buck. Anyway, so that thing's rested, so one of the guys wants to move to that. He come up all the way from the coast. That's a pretty good drive. Anyway, the gentleman from Garland and I said, well, yeah, hey, let's swap. So I've been hunting the north corner of the property, up on, right on the water there, more or less, which this whole park is kind of a peninsula looking thing around, you know, the lakes around it. But anyway, he's hunting the far south part. So I said, yeah, let's swap. Why not? Which, after the fact, you know, I got thinking, I might have the honey hole here. I'm the one seeing deer and hogs every time. But you guys that dove hunt with us or know about the hunts, know the honey hole deal. That was always a joke when somebody limited out quicker than anybody else. It's like, oh man, he must have paid the guide to give him the honey hole. And, you know, no. Yeah, you need to be in the right place. This thing here was a draw hunt, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, if those guys that limited out early, they were probably hitting the doves you weren't. So, anyway. I want to swap. You know, why not? You get to look at something a little bit different. So that's the plan. I think we've got about an hour and we got to meet up. With the wind blowing like this, we're not going to see anything moving. Nothing's going to be moving in this kind of wind. But you know, the alternative would be stay here at the cabin. And if we did that, that's fine because I brought about 500 rounds of blackout brass that I certainly could be prepping. Even brought primers and stuff like that I could even prime them if I wanted to, but yeah, I don't know, we're going to get to that. So anyway, I think this is something, I don't know that I'll ever really truly retire, but this is something I'd be interested in doing. There's 4 people got on standby hunts. They just showed up, and if there's a spot available, you pay your money, you hunt. That'd be something worth looking into. Of course, like one guy, I think he drove 3 hours and he got bumped. So that's the way it goes. All right, we'll get you some more in blind video here in a little bit. See you.